Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2019 Career Mode episode number 42. We're ready to start Tirreno Adriatico. Stage 1 is a sprint stage, so we'll be skipping to the end. Philipsen, among those that are there, also just starting his fitness peak, along with Miguel Bryan, his lead-out man. So between the two of them, we should be in for a chance at this World Tour race at potentially getting a victory. Before starting though, quick news. Of course, we just finished off Strada Bianchi at the end of the last episode with the surprise shock victory. That was absolutely amazing. We came away with a huge payday for getting that one. But the Giro d'Italia verdict is in, and we are in. We are into the Giro d'Italia. We will be taking our team to one of the 3 Grand Tours this season. So that is absolutely huge, and that will greatly alter our schedule. So I'll have to spend some time in the planner getting things sorted for the season as we move forward. I've brought a very balanced team to this race. So look down the roster. I've got Evenepoel and McNulty with potential for the overall. Can climb. Can time trial. I'm not sure if there's a time trial here. I forgot to look at the profile. I have Narvaez and Barta, who can handle the punchy stages. And then I have Ooms. It's a little bit of a wild card, a little bit of do-it-all. And then definitely Bryan, and especially Philipsen, for the sprints. So we're going to have a way to be able to compete for each and every stage within this race. We're going to try to get the overall. We're going to try to get anywhere, wherever we can. Of course, we're up against the World Tour teams, some of the best riders. It's not going to be a given that we're going to do any of it. But we'll do what we can. No sponsor objectives for this, so this is all just for background rights, money, and points. In the Super Prestige especially, as that's my personal objective for the channel. So, free ride goes to McNulty and Evenepoel to keep them out of the mix. And then, of course, the sprinter is Philipsen. His main laid out is Bryan, and look at those race day conditions and Ooms. So, there's all your guys that are actually in for it. Barta's, I think, got a little more pace than Narvaez. I'm definitely not worried about them for the overall. Yeah, they're about the same. But we'll use their gels right away, and we're going to get Narvaez immediately, push it out into the left side of the road here. $8.5K to go as we emerge to the front. And let's see, is everybody where they need to be? Yes. Brilliant. Okay, Narvaez runs out of energy with 6.7K to go. That's a good job by him. We're shuffling him to the back. Barta's going to go forward. Ooms, we're going to get him ready. Okay, now we get everyone's gel off and going. 5.5. We're still catching the break, those 3 riders, but it's down to 20 seconds. They'll be reeled in here quite soon. Okay, shuffle him to the back. Ooms is going to give it a go. Nobody's hurting. And 3.9K. With the penultimate guy, I think we're in good shape to be able to continue with these 99s. And now 2.3. It's time for Ooms to accelerate. 1.5, Bryan. Today he's got a 76 in his sprint, 75 in his acceleration. I need to make sure that he can pull Philipsen through this gap. I'd like to go to the left, but I'm not sure the left is available, so he lost it there. Okay, a little further, There you go. Now Philipsen, and actually everyone, but Philipsen Pretty good shape, 700 meters. He's not in the best position right now, but he is capable. Close. I don't think he's going to get it. Looks like second place. Kristoff takes it. Philipsen second. Jakobsen third. Sam Bennett, Trentin, Nizzolo, De Boist. Brian takes eighth. Machete, Van Aert. Michael Matthews, only 12th for him, so he was definitely not in the right position. Case Bowl, same, only 16th. Definitely some competition, though. I'd say there are 6, or at least 5, really strong sprinters here. Plus a handful of second-tier guys like Miguel Bryan and Philipsen. Not quite there, but with that race day condition, he was really close. But Kristoff had a little bit stronger lead out. We did get checked up just a little bit. Still, second place. Not bad.
And here are a few of the key moments.
Penultimate climb, but this is also the steepest. Brian has already gone out the back, and now Ooms has just gone out the back. But also McNulty, who was riding solo for a long time until Brian went out the back. I put him on duty protecting Evenepoel, the real favorite for the overall. McNulty was kind of the backup for that, but now McNulty has been dropped. So we're down to Barta, Philipsen, Narvaez, and Evenepoel. At the moment, Narvaez and Evenepoel are riding solo. Philipsen is still protecting Barta, but now Barta is fading, as is Philipsen. Peloton's down to just 41 riders. The breakaway, which originally had 11, is down to 1 rider, just 30 seconds ahead. Philipsen just hanging on here. It looks like he actually will recover, possibly. Yes, he's got enough pace, decent downhill. He's got a +5 to the race day condition. That's ultimately why he is still here. So he recovers to help Barta. Evenepoel and Narvaez riding solo. Barta, let's leave him here because at least it'll protect him for a little bit so he can recover, and then help Narvaez, and Evenepoel will ride on in the back. And if he has to, Evenepoel rides alone for the finish because it's less about the stage, more about the overall for me. Oh, poor McNulty. Guy's so tired he just fell down. All alone! All alone he falls down. So yeah, that appears to be a fatigue fall. Alright, now we're starting to get a little bit of recovery in there. Evenepoel looking good. Narvaez hanging in there. Just 39 riders. Breakaways done. More downhill to come. That'll help him recover a bit more. 18 kilometers. We're low on water, but that's just going to have to be. I'm not going to waste somebody to go back and recover that. And it's a little late for it now anyway, just 16k to go. Barta, the only one who at the moment is borderline empty. Now, 4 riders. Now we switch it up. So Evenepoel, we ride for him. So Narvaez, Barta, and then Philipsen. And now we'll use up Philipsen when the time comes on the base of the hill. Little acceleration, sure out, but not enough to worry us. Still on descent from here before we'll go uphill. That 10k banner appears to be about the time that we want to be coming forward. So not 99, not 99. Philipsen, oh, gel, come on, thank you. And then Barta, use your gel now. Philipsen. Need a little bit of space. Narvaez, come on. Get through there. Wasting your energy, coming forward. Okay, Narvaez, use your gel. I'm feeling at this point we are riding for Evenepoel and not Narvaez for the stage. But we'll see if he's got anything left there. 6.5k. Still 39 riders. We have not dropped anyone yet, but Philipsen working pretty well. Really, really appreciating what he's able to throw down, but he's done. I'll try to get him on back, but it's not going to happen. Barta, you're definitely a hills guy, so we want to go 95. Let's see a big turn of pace here. Just don't destroy Narvaez and Evenipol. Not happening. Good. All right. This is why we're pushing that full song. Trentin, Latour. And we're almost to the top. Okay. Barta, little acceleration. And look at that. Little more pace, and bam, he just goes right to the front. A little more, 3K to go. Narvaez. Oh, his gel's already gone, sadly. 33 riders. Philipsen, one of the ones that's been dropped. 32 riders. Over the top, 2K to go. I want you to sprint. Narvaez, sprint. And Evenipol, sprint. Come on, guys. Come on. Oh, there goes Yates. Whoa, look at that speed from Yates. Well done, sir. But, second and third. Narvaez, and then Evenipol. Bardet takes fourth. Trentin. We just beat Trentin in a sprint. Bernal, Fulsang, Latour, Adam Yates, and Vincenzo Nibali. I thought he retired. No, he's still here, hovering in 10th place. Look at that list of names. Not a single weak rider in the top 10. Not one. That is all quality across the top 10. 27 appears to be the group at the end. Philipsen still up there, amazingly, 37th, but he is going to lose time. He'll lose more time as things go on. But second and third, solid. And that's back-to-back stages with a podium finish, but no win yet. So, we are doing well. 12K left to go here in stage number 3. And we've got another shot at the sprint. Of course, Evenipol's still the one we ride for, but now that McNulty is out of it, I could actually use him if necessary here. So Philipsen, Narvaez, I'm not afraid to use, even though he is in third overall right now. I still don't expect him to get through any mountainous stage. So Brian is our top lead out guy. Ooms should be the next one, but Narvaez is on a +5. And with that, he's got a 72 and a 77 today, which is better than Ooms, who's naturally a 72, but on a -1. So Barta is going to start the work of bringing us forward, and we'll see how quickly everyone else can line up behind him. We've got some space here on this road, but Narvaez and Brian are a bit behind. Just in that last 1.5K, a lot of teams suddenly accelerated, bringing themselves to the front, trying to set their teams up for some sort of sprint. Let's see if we can get through here. Come on, Narvaez. 8K to go, and Narvaez and Brian still not in place. Come on, guys. Get McNulty ready. Now they're finally squeezing their way in. Peloton's down to 55 riders, so there's a chance that a few sprinters have been dropped. Barta's done, but we're down to 6K, so it's time to go 99s the rest of the way. Breakaway still there, but only 20 seconds ahead. We'll pull them back in just a moment. Okay, 4K. You guys just grab onto the back, please. Grab on the back. Now, Ooms. McNulty still had more left, but I need the pace at this point. 3.8K is not far. Ooms, give me an acceleration.
Swift acceleration by Matic Moric.
But at this point, with 2.4, we're going to be able to hold off most of these teams from getting up beside us. 1.6. It's not much, and there's already some fatigue out there. Narvaez gave us a really good lead out. Hello. That was Brian. Come on. A little sudden there. Now Philipsen. It's still not yet. It's too late. This lead out's not happening the way it should have. These guys, Narvaez was too strong. So Narvaez was too strong, and it cost me in the end, but it didn't. It didn't. I had to wait on Phillipson, but others. So Narvaez and Ooms were so strong in their sprint, forcing other teams to go early, that it did everybody in. But having that extra man and waiting to the right time to go for Phillipson, he was the only one left with the ability to sprint, because everybody went early, and Phillipson, the only one who didn't, even though he dropped back, and was so far down. He was the only one who had the ability to sprint anymore. By the time I did send him, he got the win. Some R&D complete with our zip wheels. Now, the 101 Classic is already good for comfort, meaning cobbles. The 202 is good for lightness, meaning the climbing stages. And they're reliable, and they feel excellent. They do have an intermediate tire, the 303, that is good for like Liège, Bastogne, Liège, where you need the lightness and, well, not great, but it gives some comfort. You know, it's a little bit of everything. The 404, something that also is a little bit for everything, but it's very, very bad. So the 404 is garbage. But then the 808, this is the sprint one. This is their aero package. Now the 2015 model is not great in aero, and the reliability and feeling are pretty poor. So we've been working on a new model, and I've redesigned. We picked up a half star in aero, finally. The lightness and comfort are the same. It's still really bad on its reliability, though the feeling is a little bit better. But at least we picked up a half star, and as many attempts as I've been through, I feel like it's time to actually accept what they've given us. So we're going to go ahead and confirm this one, and then we move on to our next model. What's that going to be? Well, I don't know. Do we want to try to take the 808? Can we take the 808? We can. The Super 9 disc is already fantastic, so their time trial bike is great for the flat. Or wheel. Great for the flat. So they've got a really good aero package for time trials. But can we do anything? Redesign? No. Alright, so at this point we're looking at either the 303 or the 404. The 404, it's been longer since that one's been done, and it's very, very bad in reliability and feeling, and we're going to hope to see if we can pull something out of the 404 and do a full redesign. 40K to go in this one. We have 5 circuits of 2 climbs, giving a grand total of 10 climbs on the day. 8 of them are now behind us. The final sprint point of the day just went through. Breakaway, 9 riders in all. A couple of them are off the back, 7 of them still ahead. And they still have a 2-minute gap, so there's a chance for the breakaway today. Peloton's still mostly intact, just a handful of riders off the back thus far, but that number is going to increase drastically soon. For example, I have 2 riders that are about to get dropped. Ooms, he's on the edge. Next acceleration, next uphill, he's going to go straight back.
There's a sustained rhythm at the moment. Some riders definitely will be.
And then Miguel Bryan as well, but Bryan somehow still holding on at the front, protecting Evenepoel for now. But we're starting to see some big accelerations here as we're late into the stage, and that is going to be that final straw as Sabatini really pushes the pace right now. So you see a number of guys starting to go backwards. Barta, I'm not a fan of your position here. You should be a little higher up. Let's see if you can scoot you a little further. I don't want you to miss some sort of split here. There we go. Alright, so Bryan was protecting Evenepoel while Ooms was protecting Narvaez. Narvaez the favorite for the stage, but I'm more worried about the overall, so go ahead and take over that duty. And then Ooms on auto, he's been dropped. So has Brian. Set him to auto as well. And they actually just found themselves in 2 separate groups. But there you go. So we have 5 riders left in a peloton that still has over 100 riders. So it's not exactly ideal, but there's only 1 climb left to go with 20K. And Philipson's here, so he is very much capable of getting into this sprint if we can get him over this final climb. So with 19K to go, I think it's time to form a sprint train out of these guys, and that means we ride for Evenepoel for overall, Philipson for stage, Narvaez to get him over the climb, and Barta being a stud today with a +5. McNulty, yeah, not enough there. Let's go ahead and use his gel and Barta, and McNulty, we're just going to let him sit on and do whatever he can. But it's going to be Barta who leads us out. And as we're 5K from the top of that climb, this is the steeper one. I'm going to use Narvaez's gel as well.
Nairo Quintana has fallen.
Ooh, Quintana goes down, Amador goes down, De La Cruz goes down right before we hit the climb. I'm not attacking because they went down, but I'm attacking because it is the climb. And I really would like to thin this field out a good bit. So Barta is going to take about an 88 here. Just 2.2K in length. Breakaway is done. McNulty dropped. That's dropped, huh? Oh, we got 4 riders off the front, as in my 4 riders are off the front. 21 seconds ahead. We just lost Philipson and Evenepoel, though. Shoot. Do we want to continue on? No. It's 10K and it's 2 riders. You guys sit up. Let these guys come back at you. 20 seconds. It wasn't going to be enough for these 2 to get away. There we go. Now we start pushing again, but Philipson get back on board here.
The riders are closing on the last 8 kilometers of the stage, which will most likely end up in a mass sprint.
And we need to keep a close eye on Philipson and Evenepoel. I want to make sure Evenepoel does not get dropped because Philipson gets dropped, which is ultimately what had just happened. We almost made it work, the 4 of us getting away. Okay, 5K to go. Use the gel. Barta, give me your all, even though you've got nothing in the tank, but right now nobody's attacking hard. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use Evenepoel now as a lead-out guy, but he's good on the flat. He's good on the flat. No. Let's swap. Evenepoel. Evenepoel, go. Barta's done. 2.6. Okay, go 99. Sprint. Sprint. Come on. Yes. Nobody else is keeping up with us. Do you see how quickly we just moved ahead? 1.3K. Philipson. Oh, please don't tank. He's got just a tiny amount of energy left here. But as the pure sprinter with 400 meters, can he overcome Sam Bennett and Sonny Colbrelli or Van Aert? I'm not so sure he can. Nope. Oh, he sits up right before the end. We almost got it. Sam Bennett takes the stage, Wout Van Aert, Sonny Colbrelli. I'm surprised about Colbrelli. He's terrible over climbs. Van Aert and Bennett can handle themselves a bit better. Philipson, Evenepoel, don't think there's going to be a time gap there. There could be. There could be. With that possibility, as well as the fact that we are now over halfway through this race, let's go ahead and take a moment to get an update on the standings. And can't see through the tree, so we stare at the finish line.
And just in case you missed them, here are the race highlights.
Phillipson not quite strong. Ooh, they did give a time gap, 19 seconds. Egon Bernal and Simon Yates, the big benefactors, along with Wout van Aert. Of course, Bennett and Colbrelli are sprinters. Narvaez, it's going to help his standing overall. Evenepoel, that hurts. That hurts. That little gap, 19, but also there's another gap there. So how is the overall looking now? Simon Yates still in the lead. Narvaez is second. Colbrelli hanging on in third. Okay, he's a 74 on hills. He is terrible on climbs, but hills themselves hanging on. Egan Bernal moves up to fourth. Evenepoel slips to fifth place, but not in a bad position. Still 60 kilometers to go in this one, so plenty of stage left. But we are going up and up and up. It's a pretty big climb here. 5% average gradient, 7.9% max. But it's 18 kilometers of just up at about 5%. So it's not the hardest climb, but it's relentless. And it's going to do damage. And speaking of damage, it's already starting to do that damage to us. Brian, Ooms, both fading pretty bad right now. And Brian is finished. He's about to go out the back. So is Ooms. And the group really just thinned quite a bit. 81. Here goes Phillipson about to go out the back. And Barta about to go out the back already. And now we're down to 3 riders. Narvaez, McNulty, Evenepoel. And we're going to switch up what these 3 are up to as we try to get through this in one piece. Narvaez, I want you to give me a little bit more here. Okay. And go right back into that holding pattern of just sitting still. There we go. And a pull. Don't get caught behind too many guys. Come on now. Now Narvaez has not gone out the back yet, but he's getting very close. And the peloton looks like it's about to thin out another 5, 6, 10 riders. 49. Just thinned out 6 guys behind him.
There we go. That's 2/3 of the race behind us.
Boy, he is just hanging on here, isn't he? Okay, down to 48. And McNulty is done. But Evenepoel does not have enough to do anything else, so we need McNulty to help pull Evenepoel over the top. With or without Evenepoel having the ability himself, he's got to go. He's got to go. Nope, nope, nope. You're just going to sit on. McNulty still here. Hopefully he can grab back on. You got a lot of guys at the back that are very much done. And I think they're about to get split, but they might regain contact. 29 left. Already set to auto. Good.
The riders can take a breather, but they can't let their guard drop.
And Evenepoel begins to recover, so he just got through that. That was rough. 29 riders. Breakaway was massive and had a 5-minute lead. A lot of those riders were caught throughout that climb, though. I'm not sure how many are away at this point. There's minimum 8 based on the number of groups and the number that I can count. And, oh, come on. Really? We got a split here? Thank you. Please move back forward, Evenepoel, before you get split off again. Which he does.
Watch out! A team leader is falling behind.
Yes, he is. And for no good reason, and now wasting energy trying to catch up, where he's not good on the downhill, so he's not catching them. He's supposed to be sprinting right now, but he's not sprinting, and he's losing. He's not gaining anything. He is not gaining anything here whatsoever. Okay, let somebody else do it. You're terrible on the downhill. Recover. Ah, come on. Now this is a terrible scenario. Split on the downhill for no good reason at all. And now just losing ground. I mean, they've just lost another 20 seconds, and now they're starting to go uphill again. And Evenipol did not recover during that period of time. Nope, not enough energy. Sit up. Our hopes of the overall are dashed on a descent, which is so rare in this game.
Whoa, there's an attack from inside the breakaway group.
You see it a lot in real life because you see crashes on descents, or you see really, really close calls where they end up losing the wheel and dropping off. But here I am fading over this climb because I wasted all my energy trying to chase, once on the descent and now on the uphill, and we go out the back. Let's get water. 18K still to go, but we are 6.5 minutes behind the front of the field, riding with
Things are heating up in
our war
front.
base.
Counterattack by Lander.
Only 10 kilometers left. It's in such percentages that the strongest can create some gaps. Wow, that's one attack that's going to leave a good few in its
Okay, we
wake.
leave war base behind.
We're into the last 5 kilometers.
Come on, come on. You can do it.
Frosty goes onto the attack.
So it's
I'm
noses
gonna use the
downhill,
gel.
which will allow the riders to catch their breath.
Go, just starting to get recovery in.
Attack by Bardet.
Now the guys up front are asking serious questions of the riders.
Boy, he
in the
did
rear
not
as
recover
they
in
move
that
left
at all,
and
though.
right.
$4K to go.
And there goes the mad burst for the final sprint.
Victory for
Warren Barguil.
Barguil.
Palace, Mesnada, that's all breakaway riders. There's the main group coming in. Simon Yates in 9th place.
Bit of a knock for the morale.
Just about hanging in with this group. Outside of the top 20, well down. That sucked. That really sucked. And we just make it over the top. I mean, we are not there yet in terms of World Tour status and climbing ability. McNulty, not good enough. McNulty needs to be like our 4th or 5th best climber before we're going to be at a status where we can handle this. Now, Evenipol by himself is a strong climber. 78 base, 74 resistance, good on the flat. I mean, Evenipol's going to be solid. But he can't do it alone. After that long, relentless 18-kilometer climb, he needed support. And not only did he not have it, as McNulty was dropped just before the top and never came back. And the funny thing, Evenipol finished 40th, Narvaez was 42nd, McNulty was 46th. That's how close those guys ended up together. The big problem for me for that stage was how we get over the top, we're in the group, we have the energy, we're in position, and then all of a sudden 7 riders are dropped. No apparent reason, and we're just, bam, off the back. The race ended right there, the moment that happened, because we tried to cover the gap. He's not good enough on the downhill himself. So Evenepoel was going to recover on that descent, but he certainly can't give chase. And that's exactly what he's forced to do, especially with that negative race day condition, which is absurd, with his perfect fitness level, 100% fitness. Zero reason whatsoever that he is the only rider who had a negative race day condition. So crazy unlucky on that. On both parts. Getting dropped on that descent for no reason, and then having a negative race day condition, even though it was only a minor impact. But then, in trying to chase, didn't recover instead of getting, half recovered on that descent. And then, again, at the base, trying to cover that gap when we started going uphill, just burned too much energy too fast. So that was poor decision by me. But at that point, he was already off back and lost. You got to try something there. So breakaway wins the stage, but we lose a ton of time. The overall is now completely out of contention. Simon Yates in the race lead, Bernal, Bardet, Carapaz, Fulsang, Martinez, Barguil moves all the way up to 7th after winning from the break. And we are not even in the top 25 anymore. Stage 6 is punchy, but we're out of it now, so we're going to skip to stage 7 and wrap this race up with a sprint. Unfortunately, there's no time left for this episode, so after the conclusion of stage number 7, Philipsen finished that stage in 4th place, and for the overall, of course, we lost a ton of time, so Evenepoel finishes in 27th. Egan Bernal actually ends up claiming the win at the end. Philipsen 3rd in the points, Narvaez 6th in the KOM, Evenepoel 5th in the under 25s, and as a team we finish off in 12th place. All in all, not a bad race, just a little unlucky there on stage number 5. And for Paris-Nice, which was running alongside the Tirreno Adriatico, Tom Dumoulin came out the winner of that with Chris Froome in 2nd place. And in terms of the rankings now, individually, Dumoulin moves into the lead, Froome into 2nd of the World Tour, McNulty 10th in World Tour. Nice job. That's after his Strade Bianche win. In Continental, it's still Evenepoel and Philipsen with a 1-2. And in Super Prestige, 6 and 7. Yeah, that's pretty solid. And McNulty in 18th. But as a team, it's Ineos on top. We are on top of the Continental rankings by a decent margin. Dimension Data giving us a run for our money now. But we are up a spot to 3rd after that race in Super Prestige. So we did pick up some points to get back ahead of Team Sunweb. We're in pretty good shape. I mean, it could be better, but I mean, seriously, we're a Continental Pro team, and the next nearest Continental Pro team is Dimension Data in 15th. And it's Dimension Data who, up until 5 seconds ago, were a World Tour team themselves, and a pretty decent one at that. So, I'll take it. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.